anyways, those losses are just as difficult as realizing that not only is your history lost, but it is a very slim chance that you're ever going to find it, that you're ever going to figure out which tribe you came from. You can find your bloodline, like mine is more Senegal and then the Central American Native Americans, which most likely is the Aztec area. And the uh, there's different ones, the Bantu tribe and different bloodlines that I come from there. But it still takes a lot away from me and then it doesn't leave me with a lot. So after that, I started realizing that I used to always fault black people first, and I would assume black folks guilty or wrong or lying quicker than I would with white people. I was quicker to believe stuff that white people said than I was my own people, even though all of the people that I kept around me, no matter what they were going through, even if they were addicts with alcohol or drugs or anything like that, a lot of them were more loving and accepting and respectful than the white people who just brought me around and said, "You're the nicest black person I've ever met. You're the prettiest black girl." I would go out on New Year's Eve with white friends, and one of the most uncomfortable New Year's Eve is whenever at least 10, 12 white men came up to me and said, "I've never kissed a black girl. You're the prettiest black girl I've ever seen. At midnight, can I kiss you?" I actually went to the bathroom 5 or 10 minutes before and stayed there till 5 or 10 minutes after the ball dropped because I was so disgusted and uncomfortable. And they didn't understand that. They just saw me as like this piece of meat or this challenge. An easy challenge too, because for some reason I know why. Propaganda and how they've switched this whole raping us into us being the easy ones. So that mixed with our hatred from them that fills us towards ourselves, it's only natural that we start falling into these lines that they've made for us. Um, but I noticed a lot of white-mindedness in myself, so I started really checking it and trying to get an idea as to why I felt this way, and that is why to this day I still speak up and out about white people, Europeans, and things like this. And psychologically, a lot of us will go find people with a lot of traits that we have that are more obvious than we think ours are, and we will go for them and just make ourselves feel better by judging those people. And that's why a lot of white people come to my page calling me a racist, because deep down they know that they feel this way about all black people, and they will come and tell me, "You're the reason why racism hasn't stopped," knowing that we have had no control over this racism systematically, politically, historically, now. But it makes them feel better about their feelings that they've already had. And they'll tell me, "You're just like black girls, bitter, and you're ghetto," and they'll call me crackheads and all kinds of shit. And don't even know what the shit looks like. But that's neither here nor there. I don't care. Call me what you want. Um, but yeah, that's a little bit about my cocoon awakening. It was basically a big loss that came and turned into a big gain of consciousness and awareness that a lot of people are still asleep and afraid of actually paying attention to, because it's really difficult. Same thing with my religious affiliation being gone. I tried my hardest to understand why white Jesus wasn't talking to me and why I was being such a good person and bad things were still happening. And then I started to research the history behind it and how that still played into the Mexican side and the African side. The Baptist KKK turned black Baptist. The Catholicism and the savagery that they just destroyed the Mexicans and the Native Americans, and now we're the most Catholic people. It's all mental, just it's disgusting. But that's basically a small portion, even though this is a pretty long video, I guess. But that's a very small portion of the reality of everything that I've gone through and why I've gone through it and why I deal with it the way I do. And my mindset, being a rape victim and me speaking on rape, there's no way in hell I'm going to try to say it in a way that men feel comfortable. And being a victim of systematic racism, there's no way in hell I'm going to say things to comfort white people or beat around the bush or tiptoe around their feelings, because Our history shows that they never gave a fuck about us. I'd be damn if you holding in your nigger and wetback and spick and all this bullshit talk to me is gonna change the fact that I feel how I feel and I deal how I deal. If you don't like it, get the fuck away from me. The only way you're gonna silence me is if you kill me. And if so, boo. Got plenty of videos, so you still can't do that. Sorry.